Ada had always been a quiet, reserved girl. She had recently moved to the city from a small town and was adjusting to her new life. Her classmates noticed her, but there was something about her that seemed different. Every morning, she walked into class with a perfectly done face, her makeup flawless. It wasn't long before whispers started circulating. Why did she always wear so much makeup? What was she hiding? Despite their curiosity, no one dared ask. It became the talk of the school, a mystery no one could solve. It was during lunch when Ngozi, one of Ada's classmates, decided to strike up a conversation. They sat down together on a bench, and for the first time, Ada spoke openly. She mentioned her love for makeup, how it made her feel confident. But Ngozi noticed something strange. Ada never once touched her face. She never smudged her lipstick or adjusted her mascara. It was as if the makeup was part of her skin. Ngozi became intrigued, but she didn't press further. The curiosity grew, and whispers spread. What was Ada hiding under all that makeup? One afternoon after school, Ada was in the restroom when she noticed Ngozi standing by the door. She had followed Ada, hoping to find out more. Ada looked at her with a mix of irritation and fear. She quickly applied more powder, making sure her face was perfect again. But Ngozi wasn't leaving. "You're not like other girls," she said, studying Ada's face. Ada quickly turned and left, but Ngozi was certain she had seen something. A glimpse of a scar, or something worse? She wasn't sure. The next day, Ada was absent from school. Rumors spread about what might have happened. Some students claimed to have seen something strange during lunch when Ada had smiled at them. Her makeup had started to crack, revealing something odd beneath. Others said they overheard her talking about skin issues she had been hiding for years. The mystery deepened. Ada returned to school after a few days, but she kept her distance, her makeup thicker than ever. Was there something she was hiding, or was it just a story someone had made up? Ngozi, now more curious than ever, decided to approach Ada again. This time, Ada didn't walk away. She seemed to want to talk. They started spending time together during lunch. Ada even shared some of her makeup tips, showing Ngozi how she did her makeup every day. But even with all the trust building, there was still that lingering sense that Ada was hiding something. Ngozi wanted to ask, but she didn't want to push too hard. The secret was starting to feel like a wall between them. One day, while studying together at the library, Ngozi glanced at Ada's phone. She noticed a picture in Ada's gallery, just a close-up of her face with no makeup. Ada caught her looking and quickly turned her phone away. "What's wrong?" Ngozi asked. Ada quickly shook her head. "Nothing," she said, avoiding eye contact. But Ngozi's heart raced. There was something in that picture that Ada didn't want anyone to see, and it wasn't just the face. Something else was hidden, and Ada was terrified of it being exposed. The mystery was becoming unbearable for Ngozi. She decided to follow Ada home one day after school, hoping to find out what she was hiding. As she walked behind her, Ngozi watched Ada enter a small apartment building. Ada quickly disappeared inside. A few days later, Ngozi took the same route, hoping for another clue. She passed the building again, but this time, she saw something she hadn't expected. There was a sign on the door that read "Beauty Specialist" with Ada's name on it. Was Ada a makeup artist, or was there more to her work than that? Ngozi couldn't resist anymore. She decided to visit the beauty studio after school, pretending she wanted a consultation. When Ada saw her, she froze for a moment, but quickly put on a friendly smile. "What can I help you with?" Ada asked, masking her discomfort. "I was wondering how you do your makeup so perfectly," Ngozi said, testing the waters. "I've been thinking about booking a session." Ada hesitated before nodding. "I can teach you, but I have to warn you, it's not for everyone. Some people can't handle it." Ngozi raised an eyebrow, intrigued. What did Ada mean by that? Over the following weeks, Ngozi began taking lessons with Ada. The makeup wasn't just for beauty, it was a mask. Slowly, Ada revealed bits of her story. She had suffered from severe burns as a child, leaving her face disfigured. She had learned the art of makeup not just for the love of it, but to cover the scars she couldn't escape. Despite this, Ada never fully opened up. She was protective of the layers she built around herself. Still, Ngozi could see the pain in her eyes. The makeup wasn't just a choice, it was a necessity. As Ada's friendship with Ngozi grew, she began to face new challenges. The makeup was becoming more difficult to manage. It was hot and uncomfortable, but she couldn't stop wearing it. What if someone saw the real her? What if they rejected her? She woke up earlier each day to apply her layers, making sure everything was perfect. But each day, it got harder to keep up the facade. The makeup, once a tool for confidence, now felt like a heavy burden. One afternoon, while sitting in class, Ada's makeup began to crack. She felt a bead of sweat trickle down her neck. The foundation she used, thick and heavy, was starting to wear off in the heat. She could feel the eyes of her classmates on her. Panic set in. She rushed to the bathroom, her heart pounding. The makeup was supposed to stay perfect. It always did. But now, she feared it might be exposed for the first time. She quickly fixed herself, but the fear lingered. Ngozi had been watching Ada for weeks. She had seen the cracks begin to show, the strain on Ada's face. She knew Ada was hiding more than just scars. It was time to talk. After class, Ngozi pulled Ada aside. "You don't have to hide anymore. You're beautiful just the way you are." Ada's face softened, and for a moment, it seemed like she might cry. But she held it in. "You don't understand," she said quietly. "If they see me without the makeup, they won't look at me the same way." Ada's fear came to a head one day when she saw her classmates staring at her. The weight of their gazes felt unbearable. She couldn't take it anymore. In the middle of the school day, Ada rushed to the restroom and locked herself in a stall. She looked at herself in the mirror, her face without makeup for the first time in years. Her scars were visible, but they were just part of her. Could she ever show them to the world? Could she truly let go of the mask? That night, Ada sat in front of her mirror. She looked at the makeup spread across her vanity. It was time to make a choice. Keep hiding behind the layers, or face the world as she truly was. The decision wasn't easy. She had lived with the fear of rejection for so long. But in that quiet moment, Ada realized she could never live fully in fear. She wiped the makeup off and stared at herself, unmasked. It was terrifying, but it felt like a first step toward freedom. The next morning, Ada decided to go to school without her makeup. She walked through the halls, her heart racing, waiting for the whispers to start. But when she entered the classroom, something surprising happened. No one said a word. Some looked, others didn't notice. It was as if the fear Ada had carried for so long had only existed in her own mind. She was still Ada. The world didn't fall apart. In fact, some classmates even approached her with compliments, telling her she looked great. As days passed, Ada began to feel more comfortable in her own skin. She had taken off the mask, and while it was difficult at first, she slowly realized that the fear of rejection wasn't as strong as her desire for self-acceptance. She spent less time in front of the mirror and more time enjoying her life. Her friends, especially Ngozi, supported her. Ada finally felt free. The makeup was no longer her shield. It was just another tool. And sometimes, it wasn't necessary at all. Ada's journey had been a long one. But now, she was finally at peace with herself. No more hiding. No more pretending. As she looked in the mirror one last time, she smiled. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. And that was enough. Her true beauty had nothing to do with what she wore on the outside. It came from accepting herself fully. And that, Ada knew, was the most powerful transformation of all. Thank you for watching. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. Remember to like, share, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos.